Hi everyone again. Got a little doodle here. I've been using Daler Rowney FW Acrylic inks for a little while. I treated myself to a set, and occasionally I'll have a little play with them, and that's what I'm doing here. I think it's the red or the orange in the set, I can't remember, but they come with a little dropper, which is really handy for making marks on the paper. Now, what I did here originally, at the beginning, as you can see, I painted some clear water as a shape and made some marks with it on the paper, and then dropped the ink in, and it's gradually spreading around that sort of like egg shape that I made. And while the ink is still wet, you can go back in, as I am here, with clear water and touch the areas where the ink is still wet or damp, and it will start to bleed into the clear water, and you can get some quite nice effects with that. As with most things that involve water, you don't really have a lot of control over it, but it makes some interesting effects. And whilst it's all still wet, and as I've done there, you can bang your sketchbook onto your table and create any runs. I managed to get one running, and the little creature on the side, the mark on the side, I quite like that. It seems to have turned into some sort of, fairy or woodland creature. I don't know what you see it as, but that's certainly what I see. I then went in with the pencil. I hold it at the end and just sort of move it around the page, and it makes all these uncontrolled marks and shapes. And then I like to do some scribbled writing on the page. People often ask me, what do I write? And to be quite honest, it's nothing really, it's just a load of rubbish. It's a bit like automatic writing, it's just shapes of letters and everything together. And when it's all scribbled on there, it actually looks like, something quite profound. I only wish it was. The pen I'm using is a waterproof pen. I think it's a size 2 Macron, which is quite nice for fine detail if you like that sort of thing, or you can use a thicker pen. And I like to put leaves and petals and flowers and, anything that really appeals to me. Here, with the big mark in the centre there, I've turned that into a large leaf. Initially, the lines I put on it, I thought they were okay to start with, but off camera, at the end, I looked at it again. I put a few extra lines in to make it more distinctive. And then gradually I'd sit and look at the piece and see places that I could make marks that were interesting, and that, for me, I felt they looked nice where I placed them. There's no great scheme to the thing. I just find that the more, once I've got the marks on the paper, as long as I don't overdo it, and I get a bit of scribbles put on, I can then sit and look at it, and gradually I'll start to see things that appear. Sometimes they might be sort of random leaves and flowers. Other times it might be mushrooms. I love doing toadstools and mushrooms. This one ended up with sort of like a little fairy creature or woodland creature at the side. And it's just moving around the page and putting in marks and shapes and dots and dashes, twigs, anything that, any mark that you like the look of. And if you do a mark that you like, do it again. Most of my marking is done in threes. Apparently the eye likes odd numbers. So although the temptation is to have pairs of everything, do them in threes, random threes. I mean, you can group the threes together, or you could have three around the page. But apparently the eye likes it. And who am I to argue? So I'm coming to the end here now. I think what I now do is I have a gold metallic gel pen. I can't for the life of me remember where I got it from, but it's really nice. It's got a metallic sort of sheen to the ink that comes out. And I use it occasionally, not in great, quantities, but I think this is still the black one here. But occasionally I'll put it in and put little gold dots or gold lines, do an odd, perhaps leaf shape. Oh yeah, I've got it here now. And there we are. And it just really adds a little bit of sparkle to the painting. And I do like to have a little bit of gold or a bit of metallic glistening through. It really just seemed to lift the painting. Just going back in here to reinforce those lines on that larger leaf. And as I said earlier, I did go off camera when I'd finished the video and realised it looked a bit bare, so I put a few more veins in. Still, hope you enjoyed it, folks, and speak to you later. Bye.